I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while, very busy while, but good to be back. Right, a couple of things to talk about this morning. First thing I wanted to do was to offer a few thanks to some people. I was in Lewisham yesterday. Leafleting is being done every day. I'm so grateful to everyone and to Brendan, who is looking after all of this. Thank you very much for all you're doing. I want to thank Liz as well, who has been driving me around the country and filming. And not an easy job. People in Leicester, I've forgotten what day this was. It's been such a crazy weekend. People in Leicester on Thursday night for arranging such a great meeting. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who turned up to Speaker's Corner yesterday. Really good turnout. I went there yesterday. I was going to go there anyway, just to say a few words about the about freedom of speech in this country. After what happened with Tommy Robinson, I decided to speak about that instead. There's just to say a few words about Tommy Robinson, there's a very big issue going on here. Now, I don't know the particulars of the current case that Tommy is facing, so it would be wrong and irresponsible to comment on the legal side of this case. But as I said at Speaker's Corner yesterday, there's something much bigger going on here, and it's demonstrated in what has been a persecution of Tommy Robinson for years. The man has been persecuted. There's no doubt about it. The wider picture in all of this, and this is where we need a political response. And as I said at Speaker's Corner yesterday, everyone involved in this has to do something different. We have to attack the threats to our freedom of speech, to equal rights for all people before the law, from various different places. And one of them has to be politically. We need a political response to this. And the political response involves the bigger picture, which is an institutional bias. There is a widespread institutional bias in favor of Islam in this country, and which will persecute those who speak ill of Islam. And of course, Tommy Robinson is the most high profile, and he's been doing it for a long, long time, criticizing Islam. And this is why he is subject to persecution. Another point is, of course, about the selective enforcement of the law. You will find that the law is very robust, and the police enforce it very robustly, depending on who you are. And they will turn a blind eye depending on who you are. And the triggers are essentially if you are a pro-multicultural, pro-open border, if you happen to be an illegal immigrant, if you happen to be Muslim, then the police will go very easy on you. They'll go very easy on you. If you happen to be a defender of Britain, an outspoken Democrat, an outspoken nationalist, or if you happen to be critical of Islam, then you will find the full force of the law is thrown at you at every opportunity. This is the problem. This is where people get angry. They know. I wonder sometimes, does the state think we can't see this? That we're all completely oblivious to the widespread and really rather sickening bias in this country and beyond in favor of Islam. They must think we can't see it, but we can. And there's a ticking time bomb here. There's a ticking time bomb here. People are becoming angry because the obvious injustice that we are experiencing with regards law enforcement here. It can't be contained forever. This injustice is what makes people angry. And if it's not addressed democratically, you're going to have real problems down the line. So we must address it democratically. We must insist. These are very simple, very simple proposals. And we used to have them, I believe, or at least we used to aspire to them to the point where we practiced them where we could, which was equal rights for all people before the law. And it's not just in practice that we have this selective law enforcement. It's actually in law. It's coming into law. You'll have religions protected, but non-religious beliefs not protected. We want a single law that applies to everybody. And not only do we want that, but we want it enforced equally to everybody. Now, this is a moral position. It's a democratic position. It's a position most people in the country will agree with. And it's a just position. It's a just position. And we have been watching for 20 years or more now. We have been watching this bias against white people and against white Britons, and in favor, particularly in favor of Islam, but in favor of minorities generally, but particularly in favor of Islam. This is what we have to do. And now politically, this is where we have to go. With regard to Tommy Robinson, politically, what can I say? We need an MP, at least one MP. Geert Wilders stood in the Dutch Parliament and asked questions about what is an obvious, regardless of this case, what is an obvious state persecution of Tommy Robinson. But yet, who in our Parliament is going to do it? Who do you think? In the House of Commons, and I'm sorry, again, as I said yesterday, the House of Lords isn't good enough. We need something in the Commons. We need someone in the Commons to go in and place a question before Parliament, preferably even at Prime Minister's questions, and ask that Parliament in no uncertain terms, is Tommy Robinson being persecuted by the British state, yes or no? If he is, why, and what are we going to do about it? That needs to be asked in the House of Commons. And I can't think of a single MP currently sitting who will do it. I tell you someone who would do it. I would do it. And if you want an MP that you don't have to hope they might take a strong line, you know that they will take a strong line, then you need to start voting in accordance. That is what For Britain is for. That is what For Britain is for. For Britain, when it comes to matters like this, is the party that you don't have to hope we will do it. You know we will do it. Why would you settle for they might do it when you have a they definitely will do it option? We definitely will do it. And if you want an MP who will go into the Commons, who won't cower down, who won't run away afraid, who won't be persuaded or bribed or bought, who will go into the Commons and ask these questions time and time again, then help me out. Help me out now and in the future. But for now, and this is the second thing I want to talk about this morning, help me out in Lewisham. Things are going really, really well in Lewisham for us, but we always need more help. So we've got a National Leafleting Day. We want to cover the entire constituency, which will take a National Leafleting Weekend, where we're going to cover the entire constituency. This is on the 9th and the 10th of June. We will provide, so ask local branches or local activists all over the country to get in touch. We will provide minibuses, minibuses, coaches, to get people from anywhere in the country down to Lewisham for the weekend, and we have refreshments placed on, some food and drinks. It'll be a good weekend, and it'll be a good weekend for members across the country to come together as well and get to know each other, and maybe even some more branches will be formed out of that. So the 9th and 10th of June, please do get in touch if you can help. It'd be at Lewisham, Lewisham at forbritain.uk, or our usual inquiries at forbritain.uk. We're leafleting every day. There's leafleting going on every day. So if you can help out, please, please do. Even if we got a good showing in this election, it would send a strong signal to politics that For Britain is here and we are going to change things. So I do want us to do really well in Lewisham. So please, please help out if you can. Lewisham at forbritain.uk. If you can donate, if you can't make it along to help out, but you can donate, it's forbritain.uk/donate. Right, for this week, a bit of a crazy week again, but after this week, it'll be a sort of a free flow into the elections, where I'll be in Lewisham every day for the last 10 days. So again, if you can help out, please do. I've got perhaps a couple of issues with venues for meetings this week, but I'm going to go and do a bit of chasing on that now, and I will write an email to members either tonight or tomorrow morning when I get, because I've got a couple of issues with a venue this week that I want to iron out. These issues tend to come up quite late. You can book somewhere weeks, even months in advance, and only the issues start arising only late. But I'll look into that this afternoon. I'm going to be catching up on emails this afternoon. It's my first day sitting down for a few days, catching up on emails this afternoon. So if you've sent me an email and I haven't replied yet, I'll get back to you this afternoon. Crazy few days. Unfortunately, I also had to move house this weekend, which was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. So when I get a bit more settled, After the Lewisham by-election, we will start on for example, the voting for putting together the manifesto. I mentioned in an email to members that we've got an economic manifesto coming out soon, which I'm really excited about, because I think the economy is such a big and separate area. It needs a manifesto of its own. Right, I think that's it for this morning. I will, how am I this week? Tomorrow I've got to go to my new house and get some furniture building done. But otherwise, I shall be around most of the week. Yeah, crazy times, very exciting times. But do get behind us, because look, again, this Tommy issue has shown us that we need political support. I support everyone there, the bravest people in the country, who go out and who protest, and we must do it, and we must do it in bigger and bigger numbers. But we must have some change at the top. We must have something to get injected in there, and to make them all just make them all feel uncomfortable, show them up to the country for what they are: hypocrites, and largely anti-democratic and anti-British, frankly. We need to put someone in there we need to put a cat among the pigeons. We need to shake this thing up. And I will do that. I'll do it one day eventually, regardless of what happens in Lewisham. But if you'd like to speed up the process a bit, please do join us in Lewisham. And if you live in Lewisham, and if you live in the Lewisham East constituency, registration to vote closes at midnight on the 29th. So if you haven't registered to vote in this election and you live in Lewisham East, please do get along, or get online. I'm going to post the link to where you can do this online. Register to vote. It closes at midnight tomorrow night. It's your voice. And it's up to the voter to make these changes. But we can see that the big parties are not going to do it. The big parties have caused this, and they're going to do nothing to stop it. The established parties are going to do nothing to stop it. We need a new start. We need a party that knows who it is from day one, and will get on with the job from day one of saving our freedoms, our age-old freedoms, our culture, our identity, and our country. Get behind For Britain. We will do it. You don't have to hope, you know. Right, I shall leave it there, and I shall see you back here I'll be here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11. But I do, as I said, have to go do meet with some furniture assemblers in the morning at my new place. Until then, take care, and I'll be in touch by email tonight or tomorrow morning about events this week, because I do need to confirm a couple of things about venues. Okay, take care until Wednesday at 11.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.